We're here on the AUDCAD 60-minute time frame, and I've just got in a trend continuation trade based off the 240, but I've waited for a bit more confirmation based on this 60-minute time frame. And this actually has what I class as a fake break on the 60, and so I've entered based on that and the RSI confirmation and a few other things as well. So currently risking 20 pips for 168. This is a 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 8 to 1 risk to reward. This comes off, this will be great. This will, I think the best risk to reward I've had up until now is 7 to 1 that's actually come off. So this will be a beauty of a trade if it obviously does. So what I'd like to do is the high time frame analysis. So let me bring over a fresh chart. Okay, so here's a fresh chart. Let's remove the orders. Let's go out to the daily time frame and see what has been going on. So I'm sure all of you are aware by now we've been trending very nicely. I'm not going to draw out every ebb and flow here, but been trending very nicely in this particular trade. And what we have here is a first chance entry, so we simply just highlight the wicks, and anywhere within this wicked zone we can drop one time frame lower and wait for a double top. Now I'm going to do that in just a moment. Before I do, let's zoom out. I'm going to put a structure level on here. And as you can see, we've actually violated below the low, so there is a potential here to go for extended targets. Personally, I'm not doing that. I'm just playing for a 1 in 1 out here due to the risk to reward. We've actually just gone past a 382, we've come into a 50%. We have a psychological number, that's where we're trading at now, 9300. So let's drop one time frame lower and have a look at this double top. Now, I wasn't 100% happy with the double top. It's a completely valid double top for me. Here we go. You can see that we've got quite a nice rally up. We've seen a pullback and we've come back up. So we've retested the highs. What I wasn't too happy with is this test right here. This technically was the double top, and we've come up for a third test here. So I wasn't completely happy with it. Also, you look at the number of candles we've got on this side compared to this side, we don't have the equal time distance, if you understand me, and we don't have a clear gap between the two of them. So still valid, still completely valid, but I wasn't 100% happy with the setup, so I've just waited for a little bit more confirmation and a little bit less risk. Here we have the RSI confirmation, so we went overbought here at around 87 on the first test. We've got that divergence. Let's drop to the 60 and I'll show you the additional confirmation and one thing that stood out to me. So here we are. Let me just remove everything off and make this a little simpler. I'm going to put a structure level on here, and you can see price came up to this level. In fact, if I move that to the closes of the candles, you can see we've tested there, we tested here. Then what we did right here, if I move the structure level up to the closes of the candles, look at this. Here on the 60 minute, this is a violation. Okay, we violated on the 60. Now, the 60 is not the 240. This is still a valid double top on the 240, but because of my concerns, I've looked at the 60. And I've looked at this and I said to myself, hang on a minute. This is a violation here on the 60, so I don't actually have as much confirmation as I'd like. However, let's take trading to the next level. Let's say, okay, this is a violation. We've only just violated to the top side, but what did we do the next candle? This big bearish candle, look at what we did. We instantly engulfed the previous candle and made a lower low, lower close. Okay, this is a picture perfect violation trade. Sorry, false breakout trade. False breakout trade. So we violated to the upside only just by a few pips, and we were instantly rejected, and we closed below the previous candle, and this is an engulfing candle as well. That's fantastic. What else do we have? Well, let's look here. Look at what we've just done. We have just put in a rejection candle on the 60. We've gone overbought to 81 at that structure level, which we've held. And this is now a indication that we could see a fall off. So very good trading opportunity here. I'm short. let's see if we can hold for targets. And we're back for the last part of the video, and as you can see now, price has rallied up and stopped me out for 20 pips. What a shame. I did mention my concerns at the beginning of this, but nevertheless it was still valid for me. If I dropped to the 60, we talked about the violation and the fact that we had a engulfing candle, so I could have looked at that as a fake break. So what's happened here now, my stop was just 10 pips behind that even handled number, and there you go, it lost for 20 pips.